Welcome back, everybody. Sarcasm Speaks, Jared and Bob here. So right before we hit the record button, we were talking really quickly. My computer's going really slow, and I just meant to reset it and wipe it of all the old shit, whatever. That part's not important. The important part was you made the comment of, yeah, when you're not working, you can just do that. And I have an opening thought / rant of so far. So this is most likely, I will say, because it's only like 2 weeks really of having a newborn baby around that, again, is not sleeping. We've gone over that. Well, his new thing now is he doesn't like to sleep from 4 to 6, like at all. So
PM or AM?
AM. PM wouldn't be a problem.
Hey, so you see, you're looking at this all the wrong way. So I don't know what shift you're on now, but if you get in on that 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., you can watch the Ryder Cup.
Well, that is my shift. I have 3 a.m., 3 to 8. So we've switched it a little bit.
You can watch the Ryder Cup now.
Yeah. So now I sleep 10 to 3 and Amy takes them. And then Amy sleeps from 3 to 8 and I take them in the living room.
You guys are
so I have the
getting sleep and whatnot.
Yeah. So I have the 3 to 8 shift, and from 4 to 6, he's like, nah, I'm good. So for like probably the last 2 or 3 days straight, like 4 to 6 a.m. wide awake, which is awesome because he'll finally start to go to sleep around 6 o'clock. And then I put him down. And by the time I fall asleep, he's ready to wake up again at like 7:30 because he needs to eat and he's hungry. So it's pretty great that between 3 and 8, I get about an hour and 45 minutes of sleep.
You can sleep when you're fucking dead.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. But I digress. My opening rant thought related to your comment about all the free time. I have never
Who said that?
Yeah, I have never once had so much free time, but also not had any free time at the same time. It's like I need more blankets and less blankets.
Yeah, you're last year's Minnesota Vikings of free time right now.
Yes. I am underachieving and overachieving at the same time. Because I'm not working, right? I don't work all day, but like I barely have time to get anything done. So between trying to sneak in as much sleep as I can.
See, that's the problem.
And then taking care of this child, right? Amy and I basically live in 2-hour blocks right now because he's got to eat at just about every 2 hours.
Has he applied for a job yet?
Oh, no, of course not. He's a freeloading fucking Canadian. Yeah. I told him today he's got to get a job. Like I'm done with this bullshit. Like you got to start applying to jobs.
That's the thing. Is he just going to sit there lying high and mighty in his diaper all day? What the hell?
Yeah. Change me, asshole.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah. I don't know if you can smell this, but you better hurry the fuck up, huh? But yeah, so like every 2 hours he's got to eat. And then after he eats, he was having a little bit of an issue of like throwing up after he ate. So now we try and spend at least 20 minutes when he finishes eating to like sit him upright, whether like you hold him or you put him in the boppy or we have like a swingy chair. Like we try and keep him upright for at least 20 minutes after he finishes eating. And then since we've been doing that, we haven't had like a massive throw up session yet. So
I think the next progression would be inverted.
Yeah, you just hang him upside down. So he takes, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes to eat. And then you got to keep him upright for another 20 minutes. So that's about 50 minutes so far. And then he just kind of like hangs out a little bit. And then it takes him probably like 15 to 20 minutes after that to fall asleep. So then you're looking at like roughly an hour and 15 minutes, which gives you about 45 minutes to do something before he needs to eat again. So living your life in 2-hour blocks realistically gives you about 45 minutes of time to like do something. And it's like,
And if we do remember, Vin Diesel used to live his life a quarter mile at a time,
this is
and
true.
he seemed to be awfully productive. So frankly, your excuse sounds like shit.
I need to go out and buy a muscle car. That's what I need to do.
He was running a grocery store and get a whole thing.
Yeah. It's all about family.
And then eventually they were driving out of fucking planes and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And hanging off the sides of submarines.
Yeah. Maybe driving across a tundra. I don't know. I could be making that up.
Yeah. No, they did that while they were chasing the submarine. That was cutting through ice. Yeah. Kind of
It could
wild.
happen. It
could happen. It definitely could happen.
It could happen.
It for sure could happen. Yeah, I guess anything is possible. Kevin Garnett told us that.
Yeah, he sure did.
But yeah, like all of this time where I don't have to do anything, I have to kind of do stuff. And it's like, and then so we also have to like flip, right? Because we also have Pickett still exists, right? So like we got to take Pickett outside, let her do her thing outside in the yard. Sometimes she wants to play if it's nice. The last couple of days have been raining, so it's like go out, piss shit, and come back inside. But so there's that, and then we also got to eat, which we've been doing a really bad job of lately. Well, I would say the last couple of days have been better, but like when we first got home, it would be like 11:30, and I'd be like, I haven't eaten anything yet today. So I think I'm going to go eat breakfast. And then, everything else just kind of falls by the wayside. Like sometimes you just forget to shower. Sometimes you forget to brush your teeth. Like at like 3:00 today, I was like, did I brush my teeth this morning? I don't know. So I just went and brushed my teeth at 3:00 this afternoon. I was like, I don't know. Now, like,
well, if you're not going to go into society, these things are fine. If you are going to go into society, yeah, you need to fucking sort your shit out.
True. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the going into society thing is limited at this point. It's like a trip to the grocery store here and there, or to Target, or to like fucking, I went to Lowe's today. Like it's not like we're going out legitimate places.
I wasn't. I was more so like, even interacting with the cashier, like if you haven't brushed your teeth in 3 days, like again, figure it out.
Yeah.
And if there's baby puke on your shirt, like fucking again. So like get it together.
Right. Yeah. So all of the time that you have no time with a newborn. So hopefully in the next like couple weeks, it gets slightly better.
Oh, you should clip that.
Yeah. You should. But
you know what though? I actually do think, and again, all the people who have kids on here are gonna be like, why do you keep commenting on that? Like, why must you? Why must
my
you
favorite thing that you said recently was as a no-time child haver, or a zero-time child haver.
Right. Yeah. As only someone who has had parents, not been one myself.
Yeah.
I do think, I don't know when, I don't have a timeline on this. There will be a point when things will stabilize to the point where it's like,
yeah,
it's not so much
right about 4 weeks
hands-on.
That's why I said
in a couple weeks. I think it's
weeks.
a little further out than that.
So everybody I talked to, including like a random guy at the golf course last week, because I got to golf for the first time last Thursday. Random guy at the golf course, actually really nice dude. He's a contractor who's about to become a North Attleboro cop. Like I got his whole fucking story. He's super nice guy, but he has like a 1-year-old daughter or something he was telling me. And he was like, dude, the first month, he goes, you just got to survive. He goes, the first month is brutal. And he goes, once you get through that, like it gets better. He's like, he just kept saying like, it gets better. Don't worry. Like the first month is awful. And like the pediatrician said, like, it takes 4 to 6 weeks for the baby to figure out like circadian rhythms. Because like right now, the kid has no fucking clue what time of day it is. Hence the being wide awake from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. But
Listen,
like,
I train a guy who's up at like 2 to 4 a.m. every day. My mother's up at 4 a.m. Like, this isn't that weird.
yeah,
She's
but
65 and he's
he's
like
dead asleep.
65 minutes old.
He's dead asleep from like noon to 4.
I think if she would allow herself, no. Anyway, no. So obviously, okay. So yes, things do get better. There is a time, and again, I don't know how long this has to be before they like really get mobile, and that's like crawling too.
Mm-hmm.
Before they like really get mobile, there is a time, and again, I don't know how long it lasts either. It could be 6 weeks, could be a month, could be fucking 3 weeks, but feels like fucking forever.
Yeah.
Where it's like he'll just be sitting there hanging out, and it's like, cool, man, like, you good? And he'll just like, again, just be hanging.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how much time you get once they get like mobile-ish.
Yeah. Once
like,
they start walking, you're fucked.
Yeah, but you even get a little before that because it's like they can stand, but like they really can't walk. So it's like, they're gonna fall over. So it's like, where are they and what's around them?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, again, it's like, that's why it's mobility in general. Because like, even when they're crawling, like, starts crawling away from your living room, heading down the hallway, it's like, well, maybe he's smart enough not to crawl into a wall. Maybe he's not. Either way, you're fucking bringing him back. Like,
yeah.
like that's where it starts to get a little like, you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. Like, it's like that's almost like puppy stuff where it's like, oh no, don't take that. Okay, yep, comes and grabs it again. Like, it's the same shit. Like, but yeah, once they're up and once they're walking, then you're
fucked.
I think you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
But like, it's not, but like, again, once they're crawling and half standing and half not, and like 2 steps here, and they got like their little wheelie thingy.
Yeah.
You're kind of like prepped for it, kind of like, I'd say 3/4 of the way.
Yeah. I'm also kind of looking forward to it though. I know it's going to be like a hassle and it's going to be like whatever, but I'm mostly looking forward to the interaction part, like being able to like do stuff.
We're talking like, fuck it. I'm telling you, we're talking for that, like for like real things.
No, I'm talking, that's going to be like a year.
You're probably talking more like 2, because fucking Dylon, still useless. Like, still like, and that's the thing, because like, obviously you won't have another for reference, so it's like, oh, this will be pretty cool because like he's doing something, like he's not just sitting there, and it's like, yeah, but like, if you had a 3-year-old that you can actually like speak the English language to, and like,
and then, well, once you get to 3, then they're
places.
Like, not only are they walking and talking, but they're like climbing on shit. That's when they like climb on top of the fucking bookcase and like like
only if the kid's
swanton
a fucking
bomb
psychopath
onto the fucking dog or something. You know what I mean?
It's only if they're complete fucking psychopaths. But no, like, because like, especially like Cunty Chris, he said that. He goes like, dude, like, we're so close. Like, Dylon will be it'll be too soon ish. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I feel like it was November because we were going to a Pats game. It was like October, November when he was born.
It was
right
around that time.
It was right around the time we were going to the Pats game.
Yep, it was, because now that was good. I think Michaela had a surgery. We were leaving.
It was Charlotte, wasn't it? Because you came down separately from us with Charlotte.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't make plans with you guys because I needed to be a little more flexible. And then when we got to a point where I kind of knew what was going on, that's when I made my plans.
Yeah.
And then Jones got deployed. So it's like Michaela had a surgery. I forget which one that was. There might have been a cyst in her chest. I forget. She had a procedure done. We were leaving 2 days later. Jones found out that week that he got deployed.
Yeah.
Which was like 45 minutes after I had booked flights. directly to Charlotte, which you guys weren't doing originally.
Yeah.
And yeah, but like I did that with the comfort that Christine wasn't going to be having the child.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it was around then. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he'll be too soon, but like still he's like, dude, it's like, it's still just a little tough because he's not really talking. Yeah, he's moving, like he's on the move, but it's just like it's almost like fucking Donnie from the Wild Thornberries.
Yeah.
Like he can move, but it's incoherent nonsense. And then it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he goes out, he comes back, you're like, hey, or it's like the Indian guy in the street with the melons and the guy who's
Yeah.
fucking screaming, hitting his head off, hitting the pan
Yeah.
off his head.
Yeah.
Like that's effectively what you have.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I mean, obviously everything gets incrementally better,
Yeah.
but like without a frame of reference, like yeah, you probably will think at like one, it's like, oh, this is awesome. Like he's up and moving, like
Yeah.
moving, shaking, whatever. And then it's like, okay, better and better and better and better, but they're really not that cool until you can like speak to them and they can like kind of speak back a little bit, like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little.
So that's like Derek's kid. Derek's son is 3. He maybe a little bit more yeah, he's right around 3. And they were at the house a couple weeks ago, and that he's like a little human, right? He's just a small human at this point because he's
Like,
3. He's talking. He's mostly self-sufficient, right? Like he can feed himself. He's potty trained. Like he's good. He's just a tiny human.
like one of Michaela's nieces or whatever, what they're nieces, whatever the literal relation is, I don't know.
Yeah,
they're cousins' kids, but they're effectively her brothers. But I want to say one of them's 2 and change. I don't think she's 3 yet, and she's like that's like kind of like pretty good.
Yeah,
because then like another niece is like 1 and change and still just like a little, like, because she can't talk, and it's like, hey, you're there, but like, what are you really bringing to the table right now? Like the other one's like Michaela will tell me stories, like the other one, like, oh, the other one said this, and it's like, okay, that's like kind of funny, whatever. The other one just sits there.
Just still in Donnie from Wild
and then they like start screaming, and it's like they can't tell you why. It's just like a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It gets a little bit more complicated when they get older, because like right now as a newborn, when he starts crying, he's either got a dirty diaper, he's tired, or he's hungry. That's basically it. Like you could throw in a 4th wild card, like if he's got gas, because we've been dealing with that lately. Where he just kind of like flips out for no reason, and he like arches his back and straightens his legs, and it's like, oh, he's got gas. And then like a couple minutes later, he just rips a massive fart, and it's like, all right, there you go. You feel better, buddy. But yeah, with a newborn, it's like literally one of those 4 things, and that's it. But like when they get a little bit older and they start walking, like maybe they're flipping out because they're teething, right? And like their teeth hurt. And at that point, it's like, there's nothing I can fucking do for you.
Or they flip out because you picked them up and they didn't want to be picked up.
Right.
Shit like that.
Right. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, it's kind of fucking nuts for all the people out there, as there's plenty of them that say the newborn phase is their favorite phase. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. Like it's
people say a lot of dumb
fine
shit,
because you don't. And now I say this again as a one-time kid haver who my fatherhood experience is about 3 weeks right now, 2.5 weeks. So like, I don't know what it's like to have to chase a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old around and like deal with like the attitudes and shit like that. But like, yeah, cool. Like a newborn is like easy because they don't do anything. They don't crawl. You have one of 4 things that's going on when they cry. Like it's not a lot, but like to me, they don't do anything, right? Like he's still effectively a potato with arms and legs.
Yeah,
And
it's like a fish.
yeah. And like I literally have like Amy and I live our lives in 2 hour blocks. It's the same, it's rinse and repeat every 2 hours. And like the no sleep thing and the fucking thing, like it's, I don't know, like I'm fucking doing it. I'm getting through it, but like it's not my favorite thing. Like I'm gonna be totally fucking honest. Like I'm not gonna blow smoke up anybody's ass. Like I'd never have really on this show. Like it's not the best. Like the newborn stage is not the best in my opinion so far.
Well, that's the thing is like if you really feel that way, it's like, oh, the newborn, dude, like that's what we're like. Let's use pets as an example. Effectively, you're telling me that a fish is the superior pet because you don't have to do anything to it. Well, you do, but like you don't.
Right.
And it's like you're gonna tell me that like a dog's not more fun than a fish.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, it's just so much work. Yeah, it is. But that's because they fucking provide something in return.
Exactly.
Now, sometimes they just sit there and fucking bark at you and scratch your couch because it's like, I'm just going to do this right now. It's like.
And they chew and shit when you leave them alone for too long.
Well, this one just lies dramatically, like fucking hide your antidepressants or something. But yeah, it's like the same thing. It's like, oh, well, they can't get away from you and they don't yell at you and they don't have an attitude. It's like, yeah, then why the fuck did you have kids? That's the point. You were one time. You had a fucking like,
yeah.
Like you can't sit there and say, wow, I didn't know. Didn't know the kid would have an attitude.
Yeah, I'd imagine, right? Like
then you don't live in reality because like that means you don't remember ever having an attitude ever. Never.
Yeah.
Not once.
Or especially like having a probably like a 4 to 8-year-old and being like, oh, I never would imagine that my 6-year-old had so much energy and always wanted to run around and do stuff. He can't keep himself entertained, right? It's like, well, yeah, no shit. He's 6. Like 6-year-olds have a fuck ton of energy. They need to run around. Like,
yeah, you gotta,
especially
like,
if they're especially if they're sitting in school all day. Like once they go to school, it's like they need to fucking move around when they get home. Like, but again, so to your point, yeah, of people being like, oh, I can't believe, like, I had no idea my kid, why is my kid so hyper? Because they need to fucking move. They're children. They're not supposed to sit for 8 hours a day.
Again, what does a puppy do if you leave him at home all day?
Right.
Freaks the fuck out.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously there's levels to it, right? Like there is legitimate, like there is such thing as ADHD and ADD.
Well, the other thing too is some people it's like, oh, well, I know it's like ADD, ADHD, but like they have like meds, whatever. And it's like, yeah, you ever notice that those meds fucking wear off? They're really only effective from like 7:15 to about 2:45.
It's also meth. You're effectively giving kids meth.
Well, they got to learn sometime, right?
Like all those like Ritalin, Adderall, Vyvanse, they're all amphetamines.
I'm telling you, there were a couple times where like we would have kids at the gym and they would be out of their fucking minds. Like, nuts. But if they ever came in like early or whatever, they were like completely normal. And it's like, your meds kick out at 2:45, don't they?
Yeah, they time that shit right.
We'll just get you through school and then your parents can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, awesome.
Out of their minds.
But yeah, I mean, so here we are. Where we're keeping on.
Life's a garden, dig it.
Yeah, fantastic. Or a grave, whatever, same thing.
I had to explain today in New Orleans how the graves are above ground.
Oh yeah.
And
they're all in mausoleums.
Yeah, so our one of our employees is going. And I go, "Hey, so when you're in like the Uber from the airport, like at some point you'll be near a cemetery or something, like not the famous ones, like in the town or in the city, and everything's above ground." And she's like, "What? Like the caskets are above ground?" I'm like, "No." "What do you mean the casket?" Like, "What? No." And she's like, "Well, you just said everything's above ground." I go, "Yeah, I go, do I need to like teach you how like fucking burials work? I go,
Like, do you know what a mausoleum is?
well, so that's the thing is like a lot of them are mausoleums. They're not all mausoleums. But here's the thing. So like when you have a funeral, now again, my credentials here. Grew up across the street from a cemetery. I've spent a lot of time in cemeteries. My mother used to work there. I've had enough services. Here's how fucking funerals work. The shit in the movies where they lower a casket down and everyone grabs a shovel and just dumps it on. It's not how it works.
No, that's not how it works at all.
There is a like
There's
concrete,
a container. Yeah, it's a concrete holding box.
I don't know what it's called. I forget the actual name, but it's like a tomb It's basically a tomb.
Yeah, yeah.
The casket goes in there, and that's what goes into the ground.
Right, right.
So like, yeah,
they actually put the concrete box in the ground first. You don't like people don't people don't even see it. Like sometimes people don't know. You
lower the casket into the box,
into the concrete box, yeah,
and then the concrete cover
goes
inside
in
somewhere.
Yeah, and then that goes on, and then they cover it with
and
dirt.
Then they cover it.
Yeah,
yeah, and that's the thing is like in real functional cemeteries, like the attendees aren't fucking filling the hole.
Yeah. Everyone grab a fistful of dirt and throw it on as you walk by. Like they don't even lower the casket when the people are still there. Like they wait for all the people to leave and then they lower the casket.
Although,
which is also a really good idea because like if for some fucking awful reason like something were to fail and like the casket were to like slip out of like the hold because it's only cloth and fucking aluminum piping.
Dude, this was Spencer's first podcast.
One
of his buddies, not Rob.
That's
not
right.
Rob's. It was somebody else.
Yeah.
His grandma rolled away.
Yeah. That's right. I remember that. Yeah, it happens, right? That it does happen. It's super unfortunate.
Which that's the thing. Grandma, like there should be no situation where grandma rolls away.
Right. Yeah.
Something got fucked up there.
Right. But for that reason, that's why they wait until everyone leaves before they lower it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, except for Spencer's buddy.
Yep. Or if you open the wrong grave.
Yeah.
I heard that. I heard that happen not too long ago.
Yeah.
It was like same name, something or other. They opened the wrong place. They had to wait an hour to go open the right one.
Oh, geez. Yikes. Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. Big fucking whoops. So, and that's the thing too, because like at the funeral or at the cemetery, it should only be like fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, we have to wait an hour. It's like, oh good. Just you know what? Put me in this one.
Yeah.
Put me in the wrong one.
Yeah. Is there any more space in there? Yeah. I'll just go in.
I'll go in the wrong one. You guys go to the right one. Nice knowing you.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so I was like explaining, and they were like, well, but like the caskets are just I go, stop saying the caskets are out. I go, a lot of it's mausoleums, but some of it is just like again, like a tomb. Like I just
a cement box. Yeah.
But I go, it's all above ground. And then another one goes, oh, because like animals and stuff. I'm like, no. Like, what? No.
That's literally the opposite. You would prefer it in the ground because of animals.
And I'm like, every other cemetery is below, or any place that's not below sea level.
Yeah.
Puts people in the ground, and the animals are not an issue. There's not these super animals in fucking New Orleans. I mean, there could be.
I mean, yeah.
If there's going to be any fucking like mutant fucking grave digging animals, it would be.
Yeah, it would be in New Orleans.
But I'm like, no, it's the fucking water. I go, if you bury all these people, they'll fucking float away.
Yeah. You'll have dead bodies floating around every time there's a hurricane.
Be a mess. And I go, and if you're wondering like how the water gets in, look for the levees.
Yeah, when you're in the plane,
they didn't disappoint. They didn't disappoint, right?
No. Yep. Remember, I turned to you on the plane, and I was like, "Wait a second, are those the levees? Yep. Like that's it? They're fucking sandbags. They're like really big sandbags."
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe those failed.
How do they break?
Yeah. Oh man, that's pretty good. Um,
Yeah, she's going on Thursday. No word if she's gonna go to the dungeon or not.
oh, well, she got to go to the place behind the dungeon that opens at 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say she can go to the dungeon and play pool if she wants.
Yeah. That was pretty fucking good. We were like convinced. We're like, oh, this is a really cool bar. This is pretty sweet. It's low key. They got pool tables, whatever. And they walk in. What are you guys doing in here? What do you mean? We're at the dungeon.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. Like they came in and then like they may have gotten a couple. We started playing pool, whatever. And they're like, so when do you want to go? Like, go where?
Yeah. What do you mean? This isn't the dungeon?
We had no idea.
And then we actually walk down the fucking alleyway and go in. We're like, ah, yes, this looks like a place that would be called the dungeon.
Yeah, well, also, I mean, the reason we missed it is because it's down an alley.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit of an honest mistake there. It's a little hard to find if you don't know what you're looking for.
Right. Right. But it does open at 6:00.
That's true.
So, speaking of Jones, I was hoping to have him on this show, but he had to go to Top Golf with Brandy and his friends for a fucking date night or whatever. But because Jones is our resident political correspondent, there's been a lot of kind of interesting political news lately in the last like week or so. So I wanted to just kind of run through it really quick, see what you think about it, and kind of just opine.
I
as
hate
you will.
politicians.
Yeah.
Still.
So a good way to start out is the Senate just passed a rule. It's not a law. It's like a rule within the Senate itself that they will no longer enforce a dress code. So since the beginning of the Senate, I would imagine, right? Or maybe not the beginning, because back in the day they were like actual like farmers that were serving in fucking Congress. But at some point along the line, there was a formal dress code that was instituted that requires business attire. So you have to wear a suit and tie, right? When you're on the Senate floor. So you could, and then I found this out. The way people used to get around this, like if they weren't dressed properly, because then it's different for women too. Like it has to be like a skirt of a certain length and like a blouse or something. I don't know. But like what people used to do is when their clothing didn't match the dress code, they would stand outside of the Senate Commons, whatever the name of the room is that like the Senate like all sits and like does their thing. They would stand in the hallway and they would either like shout their vote or like wave to someone and like pass along their vote, which is like the dumbest fucking thing ever, right? But now there's no longer an enforcement of the dress code. So basically, people in the Senate can like show up in fucking flip-flops, shorts, and a t-shirt. Like there's no you need to be dressed business formal attire, right? So I think it's absolutely retarded. I think it's ridiculous that they would stand in the hallway and yell their votes and shit, which is dumb. But I think it's even dumber now that we're going to have people that are supposed to be running the country and they're going to be allowed to like dress like me, like right now. Like I could walk in like this with fucking Old Navy green shorts, gym shorts, and a fucking Old Navy turquoise t-shirt with probably fucking puke stains on it. Like you're allowed to go, like if I was a senator, I would be allowed to go in and do my job like this.
So I'm not a dress code guy. I think that gets like way overblown, and it's like mostly like tradition, and again, some asshole decided something one day and that's just like kind of how it is. So my only thing is if these people were good at their jobs and like ran a functioning thing, I'd say wear whatever you want. But they're not. So I actually
Right.
think they should have to wear shit from like the 1700s. Like powdered wigs and wool overcoats, and like they can dress like the clowns they are. So that's where I
Fair.
would go with it. Like again, if they like if the product they churned out was good and functional and they weren't all the most insufferable fucking assholes on the world, yeah, wear whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. Like jeans, t-shirt, but fucking get the job done. Like get it fucking done. But they don't. And all they're doing is, spewing bullshit fucking left and right. So I actually think instead of like loosening the dress code, they actually should have made it stricter. Like no cotton clothes, everything's got to be wool.
Wool.
Um,
Dress codes have to have the
yep,
tails on them.
yep. Powdered wigs, everything should be read from a scroll.
Yes. Yep.
And if you don't like that, then dress like a fucking clown because that's all these people are anyway. That's where I would have went with it.
Yeah.
But like again, so here the only other thing though, the outrage of it, it seems like it's a lot of energy for not well, because one, it already passed. So no matter what, did it already pass, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Chuck Schumer, who's the Senate leader, whatever, like made a statement and was like, we're no longer enforcing a dress code in the
Yep, fine.
Senate
So
comments or whatever the fuck
it's
called.
already passed. So to sit here and flip out and freak out and throw a fit is a waste of energy. Now, obviously, you said you disagree. That's not throwing a fit and anything like that.
Right.
So just to be
Right.
clear, there are some people that are like, oh my God, like it's like the
Yeah.
world is over. It's like, no, these people already suck at their jobs. So
Yeah. And for
like,
me, I think it's a bad look, again, for the people that are supposed to be running the country. Like, because there's also, it's an appearance thing. And like, yeah, you can kind of make the argument either way. And I know I get it, right? If someone wants to argue me on this, but you have to look outwardly to like other countries, right? Like if the United States is it's certainly falling quickly, but if it's supposed to continue to be and has been the biggest, best, greatest country in the world, you would think that the people that would lead it would like portray classiness and like formalness and you know what I mean? Like it's an appearance thing for me more than anything, because again, if you have someone like that just shows up in fucking flip-flops, a ripped t-shirt and Old Navy shorts, like I don't know, that's not a good look. Like it looks shitty, right? Like these people shouldn't look the way I look, theoretically, right? Like
why
they're
are they fucking
supposed,
better than you?
I mean, they're allegedly.
No, they just have a
I mean,
title that
realistically, they're not.
they're
But
not. That's my thing. They just have they have a particular job which gives them a level of authority or respect that they haven't earned. Like not one of those people has earned my fucking respect. And there's not one person in fucking now I don't know them all either, so it's like that's kind of rules a lot of them out, but
yeah,
there's not one of those fucking people where like if I was to like meet them, I ain't dressing up for them. Fuck them. Like, no fucking way. Like that's the thing. And now again, I take things like a little extreme, but like my work attire is also different. So it's like, oh, you need to be professionally dressed for work. Okay, well, athletic clothes are professional clothes for me. So
right.
I am. But nevertheless, that's the other, like again, like anyone that wears fucking polo shirt and khakis to train speed and agility is a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
But then,
agreed.
but it looks good. Does it? Because
Yeah,
I see you trying to do that drill right now, and you look like a fucking idiot.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, but that's the thing is like it's that idea like, oh well, you know, like they should look like what like, again, they're fucking clowns. Now, that being said, the rule is they're not going to enforce it in like the Senate fucking cafetorium, whatever the fuck they have. So if you're going to go meet with somebody else and you dress like an idiot and that meeting doesn't go well, it's on you. Now, you can't get fired, so this is a problem, but like you still need to read the room and know what the deal is. Like, I don't wear my gym like work clothes when I go to play golf, or if I'm gonna attend a wedding or a funeral. Like, there's generally dress that works.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're on the Senate floor, like, okay, whatever. And then there'll be people that do dress up because that's what they want to do and that's how they want to present themselves. And then there'll be people who don't. But like, again, my thing is they're all assholes anyway. So fuck them.
Yeah.
And like that, like most of them are stooges anyway. So when they dress like a stooge, there we go. Easy. Done.
Yeah.
And then like that's actually a thing I think that would show up in the voting. Like if you have someone that looks like a clown, and just because like, you know, they're wearing like whatever shorts and a vacation shirt, like whatever, like Sir Tommy Bahama. And then you have someone who presents themselves, they're always wearing a suit and it's like, it's neutral colors and it's like tailored correctly, whatever. Like people will notice that.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to voting or like, you know, some of that stuff. So I think it'll actually like weed itself out. But yeah, I mean, these politicians are fucking assholes anyway. They are complete losers. So it's like one of those things, like, I don't know. Fuck them.
No, I agree. They're all cunts.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea. Like, oh, it's gonna be a bad look. It's like, well, then if you're gonna go meet with someone who's fucking expecting you to dress nice, then fucking dress nice.
Right.
Like when I went to my grandmother's, like for holidays, I wore something like specific clothes. Again, it's all neutral, but like I didn't wear like a fucking button down. Don't get me wrong. Like,
yeah,
I just don't wear shit like that. But like you need to read the room and you need to know the situation. Like job interviews, people generally like have an idea, but then someone will roll in with like someone will wear a shirt and tie, dress shoes, someone will wear a shirt and tie and like decent sneakers, and someone will wear like a polo shirt that's too big, untucked, and they'll be wearing sneakers, and someone's going to look at that and go,
yeah,
it's the best you got.
I think the general rule of thumb is one level up of the daily work. Like when you go for an interview. So like if you're going to interview for a job at a gym, right, which is casual, like you would dress business casual. So like a sweater and khakis, right? Or like a button down and khakis. Or if you have a job that's business casual, you would go interview in a suit and tie, right? Like I think you go one level up. That at least that's what I've heard. Like when you go for an interview somewhere, like, because that's always the question, right? Like, what do I wear? And it's typically the rule of thumb is like dress one level above what you would wear normally at work. And if you are going for a job that is business formal, then you just wear business formal. Like you just wear suit and tie. Like it doesn't get higher than a suit and tie, right? Like you're not going to wear a fucking tuxedo for yeah.
Powdered wig.
But yeah,
now the tuxedos seem a little fucked up.
Yeah, imagine. Oh, that would be like Step Brothers. They did an interview in a tuxedo.
In tuxedos. And then there was the fart, and then that's when the tuxedos looked a little fucked up.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, and the other thing too, the interesting thing with the whole political world now is it just got announced that there's going to be a debate between Ron DeSantis and Gavin Newsom in like next month or something like that.
For what? Are they both running?
No. So
what
DeSantis
what is this? Is this an exhibition debate? What the fuck
I
is
have
this?
no idea. And this is interesting. And
Is this
this
like a
I
fucking
will
international friendly?
yeah, I want to give a shout out to Finn, because Finn kind of made this call a while ago. I mean, he's not alone, right? There's other people, but I'm giving Finn credit because he's our friend.
It's our podcast.
Yeah, it's our podcast.
We'll
So
give
shout out
credit
to
where we
Finn.
fucking want to.
Yeah. So Finn had it first before anybody else.
So Finn's breaking news now.
Yeah. So fuck Fox and CNN. So he's the only political correspondent we need.
I would listen to him.
Oh yeah. So he said this months ago that he thinks that they're going to find a way to weasel Gavin Newsom in as the candidate, and they're going to come up with something, he said at the time, to get rid of Biden. And then in Finn's own words, he said like Kamala Harris is going to come down with like a stomach bug and like step away, or like someone in her family is going to get sick and she's not going to want to do it anymore. Like some bullshit fucking excuse because she's awful and everyone hates her more than they hate Biden somehow. So he said that they were going to weasel Newsom in that way. And lo and behold, here we are with the whole Hunter Biden fucking controversy bullshit. And I mean, Kamala is still being retarded anyway, but now out of nowhere, we just have a random debate. It's not a presidential debate. It's actually, I looked it up. It's the first ever non-presidential, like non-direct competitor debate. So it's a debate of two governors from two different states from different parts of the country that are not running against each other for anything. First time ever in the history of the country that this is happening. And it's Ron DeSantis, Gavin Newsom. And Ron DeSantis is fucking way behind Trump in the polls. And Newsom isn't even running for president at the current moment. So like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's the point? But if you ask Finn, right, which I haven't talked to him about this yet, but I might reach out. Or Finn, if you're watching right now, give me a shout. Or we'll get you on. We'll get you on the show. We'll get your take on it. Now that you don't work at legal anymore. So I think this is what they're doing. I think this is like a soft opening for Gavin Newsom to kind of like see how he does, right? Like
Well,
dip his
it's
toes
like a
in the
try
water.
before you buy. Like
Yeah.
if he gets crushed, then it's like, all right, we need a new plan.
Right. Because the other thing too is Ron DeSantis isn't really that great at speaking, right? Like he's not like a charismatic like people person. Evidently, right, over the last couple months,
the goddamn customer.
Yeah, when he's been fucking crushed by Donald Trump and Vivek too. Vivek Ramaswamy is like 2 points behind him in the polls. And they're both miles behind Trump, but Vivek is almost past DeSantis at this time. And his whole campaign has been an absolute disaster because he just doesn't have it. So I think it's interesting that they're rolling him out against Newsom, who, despite him being the ultimate fucking sleazy scumbag piece of shit, fucking dirty politician, he's a smooth talker. He sure can fucking talk. Like he is the classic, like 70s, 80s, 90s politician, right? Like he's good looking, right? Like he's a handsome guy. His hair is always done perfectly. He's got great veneers, right? He's got nice teeth. Like he's a smooth talker and he tells people what they want to hear. Like he's a traditional, again, you know, for that 3 decades of time from the 70s through the 90s, like that's the guy that's been like the successful politician. But man, is he fucking dirty and gross and fucking slimy. And not to mention his state is a fucking cesspool. But like I said, he's a talker. He's a politician. So it'll be really interesting if they do this debate and Newsom, I mean, in debates, there's really there's no declared winner or loser. But like, if
Well, it depends on which, hold on, it depends on which side you're on.
Well, yeah.
Because whatever side you're on, then
is the side that
your
won.
person wiped the deck with the other guy.
Yes, that's true too. But like wherever like the general sentiment goes, if there's like a consensus that Newsom like was way better than DeSantis, could be a way for him to kind of shoehorn his way in to the presidential run, which would be even more fucked up.
I might have to vote if that guy runs. Fuck
which
him.
Would be even more fucked up because they have a candidate in RFK Jr. that they just refuse to fucking do anything with. I think RFK Jr. could beat Trump because he's a level-headed person, but they can't control him, right? And they don't like that he goes against what the fucking puppet masters behind the curtain want someone to do who's in power.
Well, there you have it.
But I mean, I don't know.
If he's not going to play, if he's not going to play the game, then he's not going to get invited to play.
Right. But it's just so fucking dumb. I know we've talked about it before, right? It's like, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it's a fucking witch and throw it in the river. Like, you have what would seemingly be the perfect candidate to beat Trump and RFK Jr., but you refuse to run him because he doesn't want to play ball with you. So like, you don't actually care about the good of the country and what's going to happen to help the people. You only care about controlling the person that's in power. Right? So you're actually the one that's in power. I forget who said this. It was somebody, maybe it was someone on the Joe Rogan podcast. It might have been Patrick Bet-David, or it might have been someone. It was somebody who was on Rogan, said that the president of the United States is not the most powerful man in the world. The most powerful men in the world are Larry Ellison, Larry Fink, with Sergey Brin. Hey, like all of these people that are the CEOs of Oracle and BlackRock, which is Larry Fink, Google is Sergey Brin, like all of these people, like the people that run the massive companies are really the most powerful people in the world because they're the ones that tell the president what to do, basically. And I mean, I made that sound kind of fucking retarded because I am, but whoever it was that was on Rogan had a very eloquent way of putting it. That was like, the president's isn't the one that runs the country. It's the CEOs of the major like 5 or 6 companies in the country or in the world that happen to be in this country, that are the most powerful people.
Well, I was gonna say, because truthfully, the president shouldn't be the most powerful person, but it shouldn't be because there's a bunch of corporations or big companies running the show.
Right.
It should be because no one person should have that much power. But
right.
Alas, here we are.
Yeah. So I won't watch the debate, but I mean, I'll watch and listen to podcasts that talk about it, and I'll see what they say.
I do like that this is like the Shell, like fucking Wonderful World of Golf of fucking politics. It's like, oh, is this a presidential debate? Well, no. It's like, oh, well, who are these two people? It's like, oh, it's an exhibition debate.
Yeah, one of them
doesn't count for anything.
One of them is the second place runner in the Republican side, and the guy on the Democrat side isn't even running for office. Like, he's not running for any office. His gubernatorial term is up, and he's not running for anything, which is, again, why Finn thought that they were going to shoehorn him into the presidency, because for the longest time, there were rumors that he was going to be the choice to replace Dianne Feinstein in her Senate seat, because she's a senator from California. And everyone was like, oh, they're gonna move Newsom over to Feinstein's Senate seat. But now they're trying to push, I think it's Adam Schiff, some other fucking jabroni, and Newsom's not running for it. And as of right now, at this very second, Newsom is not running for any political office.
Credit to him. That's probably the smartest thing I've ever heard out of fucking coming from that guy.
Yeah, but he'll probably end up being the Democratic candidate, though. Because
And maybe
Finn had it first.
Maybe he'll be like the NCAA king.
Yeah. Like Chucky Two Legs.
Be the fucking college football playoff czar.
Yeah. All right. You want to wrap this up?
We can wrap this up.
Right.
So you guys got a preview of this, and by you guys I mean specifically you, Jones, and Vinny. So there's an Italian place near me. You can get sandwiches, you can get deli meats, you can get desserts, meatballs, chicken parm, like most of the shit in the middle of the store, like no one really buys. It's like pasta, wine people buy, but like old pasta and like pizzelle, shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like an Italian grocery store with a deli, and there's generally like a line out the door for the deli. Now, I might be short-sighted. I am biased towards Italian stuff. I like Italian stuff. I grew up on Italian stuff, so if you want to say there's a little bit of nostalgia there, cool. I cannot figure out why people wait in a half-hour line in a store to then order the shit they order. Why would you wait that long to get a turkey and provolone sub
from an Italian food store?
Like, and someone might be sitting there, and Michaela Michaela does this. She like tries to give like rational reason, and I told her this, and I'm almost just like, can you just let me rant like irrationally?
Yeah.
No, but I told her, I go, listen, the reason I don't get it is like there's nothing special about the turkey they use.
Right.
You
can get a turkey sandwich
the brand.
anywhere.
I forget but even like the brand of cold cut, like
I'm like, boar's head.
It's not boar's head, but I'm like, you can buy that.
Yeah.
Like you can get that almost anywhere.
Dietz and Watson.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's turkey and provolone with like mustard on a sub roll. Like,
yeah,
that's not unique.
Yeah, you can go to Market Basket and have them make that at the sandwich shop.
And that's my thing. I'm like, it's just not, there's nothing special about that. Like, why would you wait a half an hour line for that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Then like another person, oh, can I get a tuna grinder? Well, hold on. One thing, this is Massachusetts. We don't do fucking grinders. It's called a fucking sub.
Yeah.
Call it by that. Pet peeve. Yeah, can I get a tuna hero? What the fuck? Yeah. So grinder. Okay. It's not what you fucking like
isn't a grinder toasted?
I don't know.
I think
they don't toast shit at this place.
So then it's
sandwiches.
It's even more retarded because I always thought a grinder was a sub that's toasted.
I don't know. They ain't toasting at this place.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. Like when you go in and order, there's a couple sandwiches that they have listed.
Yep.
Or you can do custom. So if you're going to do custom, you have to tell the fucking people what you want.
Right.
You can't just say, oh, can I get a tuna grinder? It's like, okay, what kind of bread? Do you want cheese on that? Do you want any topping? Like,
yeah, what kind of cheese? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And then I did look, and I go, well, maybe I'm just being a dick. Like, whatever. Probably am. There is a tuna option that is absolutely not what she fucking ordered. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So, because I'm better than everybody else, vastly superior, I get the correct choices. There's like 3 or 4 sandwiches that are the correct ones to get. Generally I get them. Again, superior in all ways possible.
Superiorly inferior.
It's not, unfortunately, it's not like Wacky Deli where like there were 4 options of Italian sandwiches and the regular Italian was the worst. It's not like that. The regular Italian's fucking money at this place. So I'm in. So then I'm like right by the I'm like next. Like once someone's open, I'm next. Someone goes, "Oh, can I get half a pound of turkey?" I'm like, you waited a half an hour for half a pound of turkey?
You go to Stop and Shop.
It's
Like,
not, and it's
the
not
fuck?
a special brand. It's an average, regular, normal brand. And I'm like, it does like the Stop and Shop isn't that far away. Now I might be wrong. Nick, is a half hour a long time to wait for fucking half a
Yeah.
pound of turkey? I don't know. Like, it seems like a long time just to wait for regular fucking normal turkey. It's not special.
Yeah.
The Italian stuff is special. It's different. It's unique. It's good. Like, I telling you, it's better than most of what you can buy.
Yeah, it's an Italian food store. Like, if you live in the Northeast, you know what this is. Like,
yes,
for people that don't live around here, you probably don't.
In
like,
the Italian cold cuts at this place, they are better than what you get elsewhere.
Right. Right.
And the cheeses are fucking nails.
Like, we got, I mean, I think, is it better than Bob's? I don't know if it's better than Bob's.
So I would say that Bob's has the edge because their hot subs are really good.
Yeah. So Bob's
This-
in Medford, where we
This
grew
place
up,
is more of a cold sub.
is the quintessential Italian food store. You're not going to beat it. Like, it's the best.
Yeah.
But they are scattered around. Like, oh, actually, is Rose's still open? Is that still a thing?
I don't know if she is.
That was a great spot. That was an
Yeah.
Italian food store in
Yes.
Easton. You
Yeah,
got one there. We have
one.
one.
So this is the thing. You know, it's an Italian food store when there's a bunch of groceries, and there's a deli counter, a sandwich counter,
Right.
sometimes hot food, sometimes a butcher shop. This place does not have a butcher shop. Bob's did.
Yeah.
So you
We
can
have
go
one in
to,
North Attleboro. It's called North End Deli. It's fine.
Yeah. You can go to all the different counters and get all like the stuff that you would consider like perishable. We'll call it perishable or prepared.
Right.
And then all the shit in the middle of the store, no one ever buys.
Yeah. Basically.
That's what we're working with here.
It's funny because people here, like in North Attleboro, they shit their pants over North End Deli, and like, it's good, right? But I think I've bitched about it before. It's never fucking open.
Yeah,
it's open at like random
hours.
times, and it's also small, like compared to a Rose's, or because Rose's had the seating area too that was pretty big.
Yeah.
And then I'd never been to your place, but Bob's was pretty fucking big. Like, I don't know. It's like one of those, like, it does the job for around here, right? Like, it is an Italian food store by all accounts, but for people that like are from around here and like only ever been around here, that like shit their pants over North End Deli, yeah, it's good, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad. No, it's not. It's good. I hate them because I can never get there when they're open, so I have a personal vendetta against them. But that aside, they are good, but it's not anything like Bob's.
And it just blows my mind. Like, people wait this long. Oh, a pound of turkey? I'm like, a pound of turkey? Are you going to get anything else? Like, you're not going to get anything else here?
Yeah.
You came in to get a pound of turkey and you're leaving? How is that possible?
You're going to drive by a Market Basket on your way home that you
I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, it's such a long line.
Yeah. Or Wegmans, right? Like, you're going to drive by Wegmans twice. You're going to drive by Wegmans on the way to the store, and then you're going to drive by Wegmans on the way home.
It just seems like a lot. And I don't know if, like, okay, so like if you treat this place as like your neighborhood, like little spot, like, yes, you got to drive a little bit to, I mean, the market, the Stop and Shop isn't far, but you got to drive a little bit and that Stop and Shop kind of sucks. So like, yeah, okay, if you're treating that like it's the neighborhood, like, dude, if it's like your neighborhood spot, like, why are you there on a Saturday morning when it's that busy? The line was practically out the fucking door.
Yeah.
For a pound of turkey or a half pound of turkey and 2 meatballs. I was like, oh yeah, turkey sandwiches and a fucking tuna, whatever the fuck. Like, beside myself, sitting there listening to these orders. And it's like, I know, like, I have strong opinions on food, and especially when it comes to Italian stuff. Obviously super biased because of where we grew up. We, like, obviously not the north end of Boston, but like Medford had like really, really solid options.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, this is insane to me. This is really insane to me. And even our mutual friend from Milton, I literally had to fucking, like, not scream, but I really, really fucking laid into him because he knew the place. He was like, oh, it's awesome. Like, sandwich is so good. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then, like, he's like, oh, I usually get the roast beef. I go, the roast beef? What the fuck is wrong with you? I go, you're telling me you look at that menu and that's what you come out with?
Yeah.
I'm like, how? How does that? I'm like, how is that possible? Explain that to me. He goes, it's good. I go, I don't doubt that it is. I go, how have you not had these three? He goes, I don't know. I go, next time you fucking go in, I go today and get this one. And he's like, well, I don't know if I'm going today. I go fucking today and get this one. Like, bitching at him. And then he tried the hot capicola, and he goes, hey, that was like really good. I go, I fucking told you it was.
Yeah. You go to an Italian food store, you order an Italian sub. Like, not like the Italian sub, but like
this place you can.
Yeah. But like, I mean, like an Italian style sub. Like,
yes.
you don't get a fucking turkey sub with provolone.
Yeah, turkey provolone mustard on a sub roll. I'm like, you can do that anywhere.
You can do that for cheaper by buying it yourself and making it at home.
And it's like, okay, but like, and that's the thing is, like, from my house, it only takes me like 6 minutes to get there. Something like that. Maybe it's a touch further. But it's in the ones of minutes to get there.
Yeah.
So for me to drive the less than 20 minutes round trip and wait the half hour, I could have gone to Stop and Shop. I could have bought turkey, provolone, sub rolls, mustard, spent less, and had them made and ingested by the time I would have got home.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but again, it's average. The turkey's average. If it was like something special or something unique or something different, I would get it.
What's the name of this place?
Tutto Italiano.
Where is it in Milton?
It's in Hyde Park.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I know, do you know the Bent's Cookie Factory?
No.
It's over by the Academy. But I don't think it's Bent's Cookie Factory anymore. It was called that, but it was like a sub shop. And I used to go there quite a bit when I was working at Milton. But I think it's been closed and reopened as like a different sort of like sub shop.
Gotcha. This place it's in Reedville.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's like right around the corner for me. So
yeah,
I'm just like, I don't get it, man.
Yeah. People are.
I know I have strong opinions, but I'm like, I'm fucking right. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why you're booing me. I'm right. Like that's what this is. I'm fucking, like, again, I'm fucking right. Like,
yeah.
It's fucking insane to me to wait that long and to order the things that these people are ordering. And again, maybe they don't look at a half-hour wait time as like a lot, but like for me, that seems insane.
Yeah,
to leave with a half pound or a full pound of cold cuts. That seems fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
And now, like, if Nick's probably gonna listen and be like, well, some people wait a half an hour. And I'm like, well, those people are assholes too. Like, I just don't value cold cuts, like, bought to bring home as worth waiting a half an hour.
Right.
It's like, I get the deli, like, backs up. Like, these people are idiots. Like, I saw it in Medford. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. The pre-slice section is big now in grocery stores. I feel like, because they just
where they cut it ahead of time and they fresh cut it ahead of time, put it in the bags, and then put it in the case.
Yeah, and
it's fucking genius.
Grab what you want. Yeah, oh yeah,
it's fucking genius.
And I think Stop and Shop is one. At least they used to
do it ahead of time.
Yeah, they used to. I don't know if they still do, but you used to be able to like put your order in like through an app or something, And then you would just like, there would be a slot. It would be like, your stuff is in slot number 17.
Yeah.
And you just go like pull your shit out of number 17.
Now, I will say, if I can, this place is like busy enough. Sometimes I can't get through on the phone. I would order ahead of time and pick up to avoid all this shit. But I don't know if I can't get, I've never been able to get through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they do phone orders, they do them, but like
Right.
some woman's always doing phone order. Like that's the thing is like,
Yeah.
you got to get lucky when you call.
Yeah. All right. So my final thought is it is way too fucking early to be doing Christmas stuff. However, two things. First, I walked into Lowe's today because I just needed to grab a couple things to do some stuff around the house. And when I walked into Lowe's, right as you walk in the main entrance, right there on display is a whole section of Christmas trees. So they have all the fake Christmas trees, all the Christmas decorations are up for sale. I mean, I'll allow the snowblowers and the snowblower sections because it's New England. Like if you want to buy a snowblower, I think I bought a snowblower in August, like when I bought mine originally. Like I said, it's New England. Like you can justify purchasing a snowblower any time of year, right? Like it's fine. Yeah. We've gotten snow in May before. Like it's you got to get ready. So again, I'm not so much complaining about the section of snowblowers that was out, but and it wasn't just like 2 Christmas trees. It was the entire front. When you walk in, you would think it was like a week until Christmas, and it's September 26th. Like we still have
3 months,
but we also still have Columbus Day, aka Indigenous Peoples Day.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to change it to, Indigenous Peoples Day. It's Columbus Day.
Are you fucking like I understand you're sleep fucking deprived, but fucking figure it out. Leif Erikson Day weekend.
Well, I was getting there.
Why the fuck would we fuck? And again, I just went on my
that was next on my list
about Italian fucking food places. We don't talk about fucking CC.
So I was going to Leif Erikson Day, and then I was going to get to Veterans Day, and then Thanksgiving, and then Festivus, and Hanukkah, and then Christmas. There's like 7 more fucking holidays before we get to Christmas, and 3 months. And on September 26th, Lowe's is full, which means like they didn't just do it today, right? Like it was probably up. Maybe they did it over the weekend, like to give them some credit, but like it could have been up last week. It could have been up like middle September for Christmas stuff. Like Halloween, that's another one. I know Lowe's isn't really going to sell. Well, they could sell like pumpkins and decorations and shit, but like you're just going to totally blow by Halloween and Thanksgiving now and just do Christmas in September. Like what the fuck are we doing? And then the second thing, this was last Friday when I was at Market Basket. I went food shopping. So this was September 22nd. I go through, whatever, and I'm in the dairy aisle, and they have eggnog.
Nope,
now
can't have it until after Thanksgiving.
I am a big eggnog guy.
I didn't let you buy it one time.
I love eggnog. Don't get me wrong, but I don't love eggnog on September 22nd.
Milk was a bad choice.
Like, what the fuck are you going to do with eggnog in September? Like, you really going to drink it for the next 4 fucking months?
Dude, no one drinks that much eggnog. No one likes eggnog that much.
Seriously.
I used to like eggnog too. I won't tolerate such things anymore, but yeah, well, I didn't let you buy it. I said it had to be after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving. Only eggnog after
you bring that in the house, I'm dumping it out.
Which, I mean, is kind of the appropriate time. It's between Thanksgiving and New Year's is like the acceptable time to drink eggnog.
Yep. That's it. That's the window.
But we have it in September now.
No.
Like it's going to be 75 degrees tomorrow, I think.
It's going to be 48 when I tee off tomorrow morning. Shoot me.
Or maybe if not tomorrow, like maybe Saturday or Friday or Saturday.
Friday looks okay.
whatever I
yeah.
was looking at the weather, I saw 75 degrees. And I think all next week is going to be right around high 60s, low 70s every day next week. And we have a
Get your
full Christmas display in Lowe's and eggnog in Market Basket.
Now you said that, I'll probably talk to my mother on Thursday. She's probably gonna ask me about Christmas now. Oh, do you want anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's barely fall.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been fall for like 3 days.
Yeah. Well, golf season isn't even over yet.
I know.
That being said, yeah, I've got a couple ideas.
So, yeah, that's me being angry about fucking seasons, I guess, whatever. Holidays, bullshit
Miss 'em
holidays.
if we didn't have them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Be
Well, we don't
terrible.
even get them right. Like, fine. We're so fired up about seasons. We don't even get the right seasons at the right time because we're doing Christmas in September.
Correct.
So, fucking dumbasses. So that's going to do it for us. So thank you all for watching. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe up top, click the button, hit the thumbs up down below, tell everybody you know about the show. If you are an audio only guy, subscribe also over there. If you use Apple or Spotify, you can leave us 5 stars and a review. So go do that, please and thank you. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. Facebook is Sarcasm Speaks, website sarcasmspeaks.com. And shout out to mybookie.com. Use the promo code SarcasmPod when you sign up to double your first deposit up to $1,000. Speaking of MyBookie, we are again running the weekly NFL Pick'em pool. So just reach out to us and we'll get you signed up for all that. $6 a week. You can pay weekly or upfront for the rest of the season. Shout out to Noon Brew. I was drinking it again earlier, as I always do. Go to noonbrew.com, use the promo code in the show notes, and that will get you 10% off every single time you check out over there. And then lastly, we have the Pod Company. So you go to thepodcompany.com, use the promo code below, and you will get $10 off plus free shipping over there. So I think that is it. So until next time, good night, everybody.